Hello everyone and welcome to one of this video where I'm interacting with Ayush. Ayush is currently pursuing MCA. He's a student, and this particular video is a good example how you interact with someone online via Twitter, Instagram, and are in contact for almost a year, and then you meet them for the first time for one particular use case in this case. And for the so the this is a Q&A session between Ayush and me, and I'm going to answer particularly about the current personal project that I'm trying to run, where I'm trying to identify what is the gap of employability of our college student, and if there is a way to fill that gap. And there is an article about it, and related to that article I have written an extended article on upskilling your soft skill. And Ayush happened to reply to one of my comment of which was exactly like every step in your process has a meaning, and he had some doubt and I gave him the whole article and he has further doubt. So thank you, Ayush, for doing this. It is
Yes,
really
sir.
nice of you to take your time out and have an interaction with
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, right now, my first question, what I feel like every time what happens to me is picking up and skill. For
you. Right.
example, if I say there are hundreds of skills which I have to work on, but right now I am a fresher in the corporate world, I am a fresher over everything. So, what should I start upon it? So, where should I go? What is the first step should I take? Because I'm confused a bit right now.
Right. So yeah, a very good question and a very common question, I think, because everyone who starts, even for me, it was a bit of a challenge to pick which skills. And for many, they don't know which are skills are needed also. So first of all, that is also a question. But I think I'll come back to your question, how to pick a skill. So
Yes, sir.
I think what you have to notice is you get a list of all the skill that is required for the corporate world. One which is available in my article itself. I think I have 30 plus them already mentioned. But what I will do is one which you have a little feeling, that you have a gut feeling or some kind of an intuition saying that this is the skill that I would like to improve. So there is one thing that. And another thing that could be is what will be that skill that will never go out of fashion for next 30 years, irrespective of any kind of job that you are in. What will be one of the skills? So what I will do is I'll create a matrix of some of the indicators. So for example, what I'll pick is I'm just making it on in the flow. So one which I think would be important and I want to improve. So your preference, so that will be one indicator. One with the lifespan of 30 years, like that could be improvement. A third one would be one which is easy to do. Like I'll pick something which is easy to do because it's a
Yes, sir.
change. It's a change, it's a habit, and it's
Yes,
simple.
sir.
If you pick something very complicated, like public speaking on the stage as one of the skill, then that won't be a good thing like to begin with. So you have to pick
Yes, sir.
third indicator which is very easy, and maybe you need to find fourth could be for like go out and talk to some of the professionals out there and verify that, ask them out of your skills which they think it is. So but I will not go more. I'll pick couple of indicators, so three I think it's fine. You indicating which is easy, you indicating like that is important, the life of that skill 30 years, it will be always useful. And the third one will be easy to so let's try out. So Ayush, what are one or two skills that you think are, you feel like it is required by the market and you want to improve on that as well, so you have that feeling?
So, what I have is, for example, some problem solving skills.
Okay, problem solving. What is another skill? So that's one. Cut. Next part topic.
Next thing is learning from the setbacks, like from what I learn, what I make the mistakes, or if
Right.
something I do
Right.
away. And the third one, what I feel is creativity.
Okay, creativity. Okay. problem solving, creativity, and learning from the setback. So those are the three pillars. So out of these three, let's go to the next indicator, which will be the life, like 30 years, still the skill will be useful. Uh,
It, I think it would be creativity.
all right. So for you, you think it's creativity? I think all of the three are pretty much lifelong, like because problem solving is not going anywhere, and
Yes,
you
sir.
will always have setbacks. You have to learn from it. So that's and which is the easiest one. Now this would be interesting. Out of these three, which you think is the easiest one to?
The learning with the learning skills, learning from the setbacks.
All
That is the
right.
easiest one for me right now.
And why do you think that would be the easiest for you?
Because learning from the setback. Setback is what I think is a past. So
Hmm.
from the past, I will know. Okay, I've done these things. I will
Right.
not. I will ensure I will not do these things in the future.
Right. Right. So can you share some examples? What would be those learning, like practical, real
Okay.
examples?
So right now, what I can say in this, I was working on a project. So right now, we make many mistakes over there.
Right.
For example, if I've created some things, for example, if I've created one, can I get into a little technical way?
Maybe yes.
Okay, so right now, for example, if I create one thing and use at many places,
Right. Reusability.
reusability. So I didn't knew about it. So what I did was I created this thing every time.
Right.
So for example, if I want to, I'm a website developer. So if I want to create a navigation bar, so I would put it in every page of it. But
Right.
what I didn't do was that I can reuse it. So
Right.
what I learned is I can reuse it right now. So I will save my time over there.
Right. Right.
So that way I
Absolutely.
learned from it. And next,
Yeah, I mean, pretty standard example. So let's extend this particular topic. Let's stick to the technicality of a bit longer, because at least for those who are mostly this will be watched by a programmer or someone
yes,
having
sir.
your com science. Everyone knows what is programming. So
Yes, sir.
we pick web development as a topic, but other it could be machine learning, it could be
Yes, sir. It could be
algorithm,
anything.
anything.
Yes, sir.
So you picked up for website a navigation bar. So definitely you understood the concept of master, and you applied that, and then
Yes, sir.
you change at one place. Everyone understood.
Yes,
So
sir.
change is faster, maintenance faster. Now, this is one thing. Now, the learning from the setback thing. One of the important thing is you should not uh, repeat the same mistake. So that you should not do the same thing again and again.
Yes,
And
sir.
there is what could be the easiest way to even learn faster without getting into setback? What do you think?
Um, Learning from others. For example, if there would be a mentor over me, so he can
Right,
tell me like
right. So
I can get from it.
that's one. So yeah, so learning from our mistake is better than we learn from other people's mistake, because the
Yes, sir.
cost has been given by that person. So we'll do that. So if you so mentor is would be an again won't be an easier way to uh, find, because you need to find and you have to constantly
Yes, sir.
talk. I mean, this happened because of one of your actions, right? But
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure how many time you will get to speak to me or anybody who has some experience in the industry. So that would be a hindrance to your learning habit, right? That
Yes,
will
sir.
stop you from learning more in less time. So what other alternative that you can, so we'll stick with the learning bit out of the three. So we'll extend it and kind of make it easier for you. So you have seen the 5 step of learning curve, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
uh,
sir.
so now we have established that we are at the level 1, and then we are trying to, but we want to establish a method or a mechanism where you can find a tangible action that you can repeat, and still you can learn all these concepts. Particularly, let's focus on the navigation bar of or for that, and like there
Yes,
are
sir.
something about it. So what do you think the next best, if there is no mentor, what do you think the next best thing can be come about such kind of learning, which is not typically taught in colleges or in the books? It is
Uh,
not.
I could go over places like, for example, I can take an internship then.
Right, you can take, yeah,
Internship.
yeah. So I mean, I'm a very as you can already see, what I'm proposing is also you work somewhere to learn it, so that
Yes, sir.
you automatically get a mentor, and you automatically get somebody to guide you if you make a mistake or you get stuck. So that is That is the whole idea of the whole program itself. But that is again an impediment. You have to get like, so let's go again to the basic. If you have nothing, you're sitting at home, or you're having some time and you have internet, you have laptop and you have mobile. So what is the other thing that you can think of?
The thing what I can do is, for example, if I can connect to some other people through LinkedIn or any
Right,
other platform. What so right, like we connected to Instagram, so
right,
I can connect many people from LinkedIn, or for example, if on YouTube I can see some videos where I can get the solution, or I can connect to that particular person.
right. So again, you are adding multiple, like the whole idea
Yes,
of the discussion, you are adding multiple step to the process. So
yes,
connect, then the person has to agree, then you have to set up a call, and then you. So there are five step or six steps to the process. So
yes, sir.
again, according to me, that is not like that is not an easier way. So can you again think of something that is still easier than this?
And I would ask for, I would ask this on the some of my friends only. Then
Uh,
that would
okay,
be a bit easy.
yeah, bit easy. Not a bad idea if people are working,
Yes,
or if you have a better would be if you have some seniors, and then you can have multiple. So instead of connecting one, so yeah. But still,
yes.
is there any other simpler form of it?
Okay, I have to think about it. Um, no, other than that, I think it's all that over. I think last is, I think, is a Google. If
Right,
it's still not there, then it's the simplest.
right. Okay, so you came up. The last resolution came into Google. Okay, and it has no dependency. Firstly, yeah,
Yes,
and you can ask anything, and pretty much you get answer to
yes,
all
we can.
all the what and the how questions. You
Yes,
get
sir.
all the answers to it, and that is pretty. So you have come to the conclusion of Google. Now in case of let's stick to this, and because the way you gave the answer, excuse me, you uh, mentioned as if it is a trivial thing. The other idea, you were a bit enthusiastic. This I didn't see any enthusiasm, which is fine. So if we have to do a search about the same thing, the now what would be the keyword that you would search using, or what would be your search string?
It would be a navigation bar in one or one page in multiple pages. That
Right,
way.
right. So now I will talk to you about skills. Okay. And so I just don't want to complicate it for the listener, also for the you. So now there is a tool. Google is a tool. Nothing, you send some query, it returns. That's a tool.
Yes, sir.
The one point you mentioned, along with your learning, was your problem solving kind of a thing. So I kind of relate a little bit of both of them. So what you're doing is you're actually asking questions
Yes,
to Google,
yes,
right? And you're getting answers,
yes,
right? That's pretty much what you're doing. So when you ask about navigation, you went to and asked a very specific question to
yes.
Google about the navigation, and it will definitely give back the answer to the navigation. I want you to think, and now what I'm trying to, I'm not trying to teach you or anything, but I'm trying to demonstrate you the way of skills that you can build. Is can you think of a better question to ask Google, so that not only the navigation but a similar area of the kind of problem that you got stuck into, it gives back the answer to you.
So I can put some like how could I implement things? How could I implement one page into another page
Right.
that
So
way?
so yeah. So you went from specific to one level up, a little generic. I want to give. I want you to go all the way up and understand the problem domain and ask a question, a bit more generic question, not a specific.
Okay, then then it would be like how could I like that I could ask the direct question, that how can I create an application bar or
All
something
right.
what I
Okay.
want.
Okay. Let's park this and get back to the navigation kind of problem. I'll just dig deeper a bit, but let's see if you can find out. If you will not, I will answer. I will. and this is not an answer to it, this is an observation to it,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
for the problem. There's no right or wrong here, it's just a
Yes, sir.
way of thinking. So what you solved, uh, what you saw was one of the problem with web development, which was reusability. That
Yes, sir.
is what you solved using the navigation bar, right? The problem statement is not navigation bar. The problem or the solution was here reusability.
Reusability.
And
Yes, sir.
reusability as a concept in web development can be applied across, not only for navigation.
Yes, sir.
Right? It can be used for controls or so. Similarly, if I go a level up, what is the problem statement in the web development that I that could also exist, which you currently don't know?
So I can go like, how could I reuse my existing code or other that way, or
Okay,
it's something else?
got it. Okay, so you're still stuck in
Yes,
the
I have.
reusability. Yeah,
I'm
no problem.
stuck over there.
So what I wanted, it would have been amazing if you would have answered, but yeah, no problem with that. But what you actually uh, solved is a very common problem in web development.
Yes.
So so like a better question to ask to Google, or in case YouTube also, right? YouTube, Google are pretty
Yes.
much the same thing.
Yes.
What are the common problems of web development?
Okay, I got that right.
And then you get a list of like 30, 40 common problems,
Yes.
and then don't worry about navigation bar, it will just tell you this is the configuration problem you might hit, this is how you solve, this is the DNS problem you might hit, this is how you solve, this is the front end styling problem that you might hit, this is how the mobile view selection you might hit, this is how you. So then
Yes, sir.
the whole world kind of blows out of proportion, because see the you also send 10 strings, I also asked 10 strings, but the proportion it didn't got the answer is
Yes.
all right. Now if you really understood the concept, I mean, I like the smile on your face already told me like you you at least got value out of this conversation already, and you can run with it without any obstacle. But what my follow-up question to you would be, based on what we just did, can you just go a level above it, above my uh, query? And if you go, what would be that query, you will ask?
It would be like, what are the problems, or what are the solutions that can I apply that way? No, no, it would be different.
Yeah, it will be very vague. Like
Yes.
what are the common problems of
Problems.
web development? Pretty much it gives a definitive answer. So what we are doing is abstraction, right? The concept in the programming language. So you went with the specific of navigation, that was the lower level detail. I went a bit high on the
Yes.
abstraction level because I kind of collated a set of problem. Navigation problem was solved by reusability. So similarly, there are other concepts in web development, and what I did was I kind of clubbed them or clustered them and put it under one roof called as web development
Web development.
common problem, which is the topic. So
So
similarly, if you go to a higher level of abstraction, what could be the query string?
what
So
can be the problems inside a program or inside a code?
that could be another vertical. It's nothing
Oh,
to do with
okay.
web development. It is again parallel as a
Yes,
programming.
it's a
That what could be in machine learning, what could be in IoT, what could be, so
yes, it could
that
be
yeah. I'm asking you to think a bit above.
what it could be what problems are faced by a programmer
Um,
during a project.
right, so that is a level up abstraction. Now you see how things are getting
Yes, yes, sir. Now
very
it's
very interesting. And
yes, sir.
then you can now, so what I just uh, maybe now I can tell you what I just taught you was how do you think horizontal and vertically, like how from a specific you have to just blow up at a higher level and kind of think, so that not only this problem, most of the future problem you are aware about. And the
Yes,
here the exercise would be, nothing is stopping you from reading all of them. What are the common uh, programming problems, what are the project problems, what are the common problems programmer face while doing a project,
Yes,
what
sir.
are the challenges with dealing with timelines, how to address,
Yes, sir.
like you can just go.
Yes, sir. There are many things. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think that answers pretty much your question on
Yes, sir.
what skill you have to learn.
Yes, sir. It answers that way.
Yeah, before concluding it, I would give you a prescriptive answer to one of thing. One of the thing which most of the young people don't look for or don't even try is you can also go and search how to do better Google search also.
Yes.
Got it. So in that case, you might learn some tricks and tips or the way people kind of break things to find the answer. So if you know how to, so better Google search is a skill. People have not, and most likely than not, it will be there for another 10-20 years. Like Google is pretty much not going anywhere.
Yes, sir.
So that is a skill which is not mentioned in my thing, but this is how when you brainstorm and you come up and you kind of, so you might end up putting 100 hours only on how to do better search.
Yes, you
Even though
can
it is very trivial, but that skill alone can help you save.
in many things, sir. Really. Actually, even we find, no. For example, if we are stuck on anything, so what we do is we go over Google and we try, we copy paste things,
Uh,
but we don't get the proper answers over there. So if we
uh,
search properly and efficiently, thinking some way, we can get the answer.
right. So yeah, that is how. So you have to understand the concepts and then maybe implement it rather than prescriptive way of getting
Yes,
answers.
sir.
You have to avoid that. Yeah. Any other questions about the process and
Sir, one of the question was like there was in the article I've read it, and there was a place where there was a thing like if we are working in a team.
right,
For example, you and me, we are working in a team of 4 to 5 people, and for example, I am differing in some of the skill. I'm not able to do something. I'm
right,
stuck at a place, and I want some feedback over there. So you have mentioned a very good way that we can connect through them in a group. We can tag them, or we can even mail you or anything. But what I seen some people around me, and sometimes happen. For example, if we are two new people over there, but and I am like it's something is obstructing me for asking you.
right,
So how to do things more possible, because
right, right.
some it
So
happens most of the time.
yes, I don't know what would be the reason right now for you, but can you tell me what is stopping you from? So what you're telling me like it is stopping you from asking for help is what you are pretty much mentioning. So my question to you is what is that thing that is stopping you from asking?
If it can be some communicational thing. For example, if I'm not good at writing messages, or not texting, if the
Right.
person doesn't understand my thing, so it's
Right.
not good that way.
So for
That's
one
yours.
problem, yeah, one skill deficient of skill could be uh, communication, a written communication kind of a thing. That's one skill that you mentioned. What could be the
Yes, sir.
other reason has you are hesitated to ask for help?
It could be I'm not bit confident about the thing.
Right. So lack of confidence is one of the, and it's a skill that you can develop. I'm sure you know that.
Yes, sir.
And what could be the third reason?
That I think it could be. The first was no. I can't recall that way. Like
Right. Right.
it's a bit, because there are many things. So, for example, if that person doesn't help me, first my question would be that way.
So you have fear of rejection.
Yes, sir, that way. Fear of rejection.
And then the other thing, fear of judgment.
Uh, no, sir, not that much, but a little bit.
Yeah, so some people also have fear of judgment. We had an whole uh, internal conversation around it also. But yeah, so but fear of rejection, a valid one. Like you are fearing, like you are deciding for them, like they will not help you or they will reject your thing. So
Yes, sir.
communication, lack of confidence, a fear of rejection. Anything else that you can think of?
Uh, no, sir.
Okay, cool. So see, once you understand the root cause, which you just shared with me, Written communication, a very easy skill to work on. The most common thing that I suggest is networking on Twitter and like on the public forum where your messages are open there, so that you, because you will like, you're not communicating with people but you are communicating with people. Like if people are replying to it or people are engaging with it, that means your words are going across the board, right? That's why
Yes, sir.
you can always go on YouTube and there will be like, I don't know, there will be like trillion courses on how to improve, like short courses on
Yes, sir.
improving written skills. So that's no one. So written communication, I think it's a pretty easy to analyze. You can create your calendar, learning calendar and stuff, and you can see, you can break that up a big course into multiple chunks and then practice it. The whole thing is about practicing. Then you
Yes,
might
sir.
have to find buddies on it, and I would, that's why the whole internship program works. Like first of all, everyone has opted for it, so they are like-minded people at some level. Like they want to do the work for 10 hours a month. They are okay with earning only 1000 rupees a month for 10 hours, which is equivalent, like which is uh, not below par. It's like if you calculate for the it comes up 16,000 rupees a year month, kind
Yes,
of
sir.
a salary. But that is what that means. You have put learning over money because you are
Yes,
a student. So you have those kinds. So when you are like-minded people, so first of all, you are, there will be a common safe environment where people will be ready to learn with you. Like for the example, the step that I've shown, so you can say that I'm trying to learn the written communication, do you want to like group study with me? So here
yes,
is the
sir.
course, and then we can chat or we can have a call like this, and you have a peer, and so you can be both vulnerable, but you can share your growth. So that written communication, I think every one of you are, I mean, for you specifically to connect with someone on internet, to have a call with someone with an
Yes, sir.
experience, so you have that acumen to understand how to learn. So that's first thing.
Yes,
The second thing about lack of confidence, I don't think like particularly you have a lack of confidence, but definitely you can learn it, and that is also, I think, I mean, this call would be very short for going step by step how to
yes,
do
sir.
that, but you can pretty much increase your way by connecting with people to start, because there is a person involved. First, you need to connect to someone to create that confidence. So at least practice that, and once you get into that habit, it's a skill. It's like a muscle. Once you
Yes,
build
sir.
it, so you can build on it. The lack of rejection is something that is a hardcore work thing. Like somehow when you do any pet project or without any internship, if you are doing something or outside of you, I'm not sure like how much you can learn about it, because there is nothing to lose as such. There is no
Yes, sir.
reputation in line. There is your online personal brand, but if you don't have a personal brand, then there is nothing to lose. There you are, your some ID at the rate 4756 something something, and people like, it's okay if somebody reject you.
Yes, sir.
Like yeah. But in when you are in a community or in a workspace, then the rejection comes. So as far now, as of now, I can't think of a way to overcome that. But for the first two, if you overcome, so when you uh, take your confidence up, automatically the fear of rejections get kind of uh, uh, stopped, or like
Yes,
it
sir.
decreases in a way. And just I was just thinking about what would be one way. So if you are fear of rejection, you take up some kind of a sales job, because then you are in rejection all day.
Yes, it's all the time.
Yeah, you are on rejection all the time, so you can do some digital sales or some kind of thing,
Yes,
asking
sir.
people. I mean, for someone who wants to just, they try to promote one of my article, that alone will, you will face a lot of rejection. People are, why are
Yes,
you
sir.
sending me, why are you pushing this to me and all. And then if, and you can only do that if you believe in the value of the article or the value of the thing. So in this case, the work you believe in, because you are lacking, you want to improve it. So definitely you believe like, I need an improvement and this I need a verification.
Yes, sir.
I hope there is
Yes,
some.
sir. That answers well.
All right, cool. What is your next question?
Sir, next question was, I think it's a bit like, for example, picking up in internship.
Right.
Or, there are many ways. Even I have applied somewhere. For example, there are LinkedIn, or there is like sites where we can take up internship from, but we don't get.
Right.
For example, so what we can do if we don't get the internship or
Yeah. So
anything?
so one of my intern has asked the same question. So she is applying for data analyst job. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
I have a Twitter thread according to it. So I can link you back on Twitter. You ping me. I'll share you that thread and you can go through all of them. The quick summary of it is like that. What I have said to her is currently there are only couple of options only, like job portal, LinkedIn, or your network, or the.
Yes, sir.
So one of the technique that I've asked her to do is mentioned there. So that's a new technique, but you can do only so much. Like you can't grab. I mean, the whole idea is that you have to start your. I mean, every that what one of the reasons that you mentioned is people are only looking for, like, for data scientists. They're only
Yes,
looking for experienced people. They're not
yes. Not looking for
for a fresher.
freshers.
So what should you do? So you have to find out some job which is we kind of concluded data engineering is something that a fresher can do, like cleaning up of data and stuff. And then once you have an experience, then you can move on to the bigger role and stuff. So what my recommendation there is, you go like uh, full one-to-one combat is what I would like to suggest, is where have you identified all the job portals that are available, right? And she mentioned yes,
Yes,
but
sir.
then I think I mentioned Hirect or something. It's something new that comes up. It's only for startup world and stuff. So have you, first of all, have you searched all the job portals and have you applied that? So if you have not, just go and do that. Secondly, I've asked her to do like a daily 10. What one of the trick I told her is find the job role that you are in. Like for example, for her it was data science intern. So what she did was she connected with all the data science interns, not the people who are doing the job. They are
Oh,
the same role. Okay,
same, same.
same role. And the messaging and everything is there in the Twitter thread. You can go copy paste that, and then ask them how did they get the job.
Okay.
Okay, and then they might first ask that. If they reply, that's good, and that's how she came to know about Internshala, which she was not knowing about. I'm not. Do you
Yes,
know
yes.
about?
I know about it.
Yeah, but she was, so that helped her. So similarly, there might be people who might know something that you might not. So instead of not doing anything, you have to kind of uh, keep on doing the same thing at a faster pace, so that you end up into a job interview. So your first job is currently to get into a job interview.
Tentative travel. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
and so for her last 2 weeks she was not be able to successful, but what else you can do, right?
Yes,
And
there
you
are.
can only continue applying for more jobs and connecting with these people. So at least by the end of the exercise, the whole idea is by the end of 2 week 3 weeks, like LinkedIn has a limit. You know how much you can send an invitation in a week's time?
Sir, I think it's right. I think it's 30 to 30. I think it's 30 or something that way.
No, it's 100 per week.
Oh, 100. Yes, I it was updated last year. I think last or something.
Right, so last year it was 100. So yeah, things like this you should be uh, on top of. Like this is something you
Yes.
should know. And if it is 100, have you sent the 100 of this week, is my
No,
question.
no. Then
Did you had the time to send those 100?
yes, I had, but I didn't look at that LinkedIn that I can send this much. I didn't
Right,
look at it. I was searching at other place at that time.
right. So, but that's what you like. That is what, like. First of all, there is no straight answer to your question. Like how it's
Yes,
how can one get a job has many paths to it. But what
yes,
I
sir.
would recommend, you distribute your method into multiple things and try everything. Like don't put all your eggs in one basket, kind of a thing. If you are not,
Yes,
because
sir.
only because if you are not getting, if you're never search for a job and it's your first week, okay, go ahead and apply to all the sites. That's the basic thing. Update your
Yes, sir.
resume, upload it, and things like that. That's the basic thing. Okay, so now if you are able to complete it that next week, there is nothing more to do. So you have to find new ways to reach out to people.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the byproduct of connecting with the peers is like, even if you don't end up getting the job via them, you will have your network for that. 2 years from now, when you want to look for a job, you already have people
Yes.
in your thing. So the exercise should have been done on your first year of MSc IT or first year of BSc IT. This was the exercise you are supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
Nobody informed you about doing it, but that's okay. But now you are here, so you do
I
that.
can start it from right now. So after 2 years, there is something what I have right now.
Right, right,
And there
right.
will be people who would be aware, okay, so this is the person, he knows this is job. So if we have, we can even contact him
Yeah.
if we
So
want to.
but they may not know you unless until you do some work out
Yes.
there and publish it. But at least you will have a direct access to them where you can send a message. Hey, I'm looking for a job. Do you have something? Or
Yes, sir.
do you is your team looking for someone? Something like, right?
Yes, sir.
And a little, and this is a very aggressive idea. And I don't normally share this with students because it can be misused in a way. But
Yes.
what you can do is, for your job role, for your job role, find out as many companies that are there, not only the big ones, but even the small ones, because you're
Yeah.
looking for the first, especially for the internship. It
Yes, sir.
doesn't matter the size of the company and all, as long as you get the internship. So are you able to find the list of all of the companies and all the decision makers there, the founders, the CEOs, or at least the directors or the managers of that company, and maybe create an Excel sheet and maybe put 1,000 names and Twitter ID, or 1,000 names. And I'm asking Twitter ID, not LinkedIn IDs, because even LinkedIn ID. But then you in Twitter you can go and on the public forum you can ask
Yes.
question to them, and you just go there and ask, how do you have any idea for finding an internship in the current market? The same question you asked me, you can ask thousands of founders there. And some, see, the whole idea is some most of the time they might be
Okay.
hiring, so they might end up hiring you.
Yes, sir.
And some of the cases, if they are not, they might, if some, like, everyone will not reply. If even if you get like a 1% conversion or whatever we call, so we'll at
Yes,
least
sir.
have 10 people sharing you some idea, one idea, and that could help. But that's the whole point. Are you like what I told to that person was, are you finding job like it's a job? Are you doing it for 8 hours a day? Are you doing it for 10 hours a day? If you are not, then you should be doing that if you have time about it.
Yes, sir.
By the way, are you doing it? I mean, have you been doing for 8 hours a day?
No, sir.
So yeah, so the drive and the grit
But
should be there.
surely I will try it out, sir. It's a good idea actually.
But you already have an internship, right?
I have internship, but it will be helping me in the future because at
Right,
one
right.
point, so I would like to share this. At one point in last year, I was stuck at a place because I was doing nothing. My last internship or my last job was done, and my and my studies were also going on. So and I had a time period. Okay, for in this time period, I can work for some work. I can work on something or pick up a skill. So what did I do was at that time I took an like you said, I took an opportunity for LinkedIn. I was searching all the job roles over there and other companies over there. So I did a small work. Which you told. So
Right.
I did much. So I can really try it now that okay. So this way I can do it further also. If in future if I want something good.
Got it. Got it. I hope I've answered all your questions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for your time. And those were really good questions, because I think those questions will help uh, the students that might watch
Yes,
it.
sir.
And hope you share this video
Yes,
with
I
your
will. I will share.
friends. And
Yes, sir.
for those who are watching, please share it. It might help someone. And in this case, it might help someone find a job. I mean, that's pretty good gift for you to give to anyone. I had one question before we sign off.
Yes, sir.
The making Indian youth more employable, the original article that you saw. So, do you principally agree with the idea, or what is your whole feedback on that? I just want to understand from students or someone who is started their work career soon.
Sir, I agree with it. I agree with the idea, sir.
Okay.
Like we can,
So,
if it's good, then the student will also get like they will get some experience where they
Right.
can show over there, because today in today's time in a market what people ask is, okay, 2 to 6 year experience, 2 to this year experience. For if I'm a beginner, I'm a person who is doing BSc IT right now. If this would have helped me in BSc IT at that time, it would be a good thing, no, because I have landed good at right now.
Right, right.
That
Well,
was it.
yeah, but so I have around 200 plus views on that particular article. Most of them might be me, my team, and all. But I'm not getting too much traction, at least for the promotion of it part. So, what do you think could be the reason for that? Or like,
Sir, in today's time everything has been meant online.
right,
Students, most of the students, sir, don't know, they do not try also, because since it's online, people do not try everything. What I have seen with my friends and thing is like, nobody tries it, because today they don't know, they don't have a direction over it.
right.
I was the person in the same way, but afterwards I got the direction. But if I right now I believe it, if I could done this thing in my first year at the beginning only, it would be very much good for me.
Right. But
That way.
what you're telling me is that the first year BSc IT or first year BSc
Yes
Computer
sir.
Science
Yes
student
sir.
will not understand the
Yes, this thing.
importance of it.
Yes sir.
Okay.
That way. But
Uh,
right now what we can do is, for this I think we have to explain the importance of these things
right.
to them first, and afterwards we can make them tell. Afterwards they will understand, because right now I have many friends who have been got the direction after this time they are doing something good. So
All
like
right.
they
Right.
have wasted some time and right now they are going proper that way.
That's a uphill challenge. So I already had an idea of creating like a presentation on 10 soft skills. Like soft skills are not hard is the presentation title. Basically 10 soft skills that I think, according to my experience and the longevity of that thing, that you should be practicing, and then how it
Yes
can
sir.
help you in your work. So I was thinking of creating a maybe a 20 minutes presentation and a Q&A session
Yes sir.
of that to all the students, especially the first year and the second years,
Yes
and
sir.
try to connect to different HODs of various
Colleges.
colleges and
Yes sir.
present it online and see if that makes a difference. And it, yeah, but I understand why it might not work.
Sir, actually in online mode, no. Sir,
Hmm.
right, sir, you will not putting this on YouTube, no.
I am
Because sir, okay, so it's a serious problem, sir. Because in online mode, many students do not. It's I don't know why they don't want, but many students do not like give attention over it. For
right,
example, it's online. Now I've seen to my, even the smaller kids are there. Even we can see right now their classes are going on. At the same time, what they will do is they will listening to another video or something. So
right.
unless and until it's not offline, it will not work. But in online, it will work, because there are many students who want to go ahead, who want experience. So it both the sides it will work, and that way.
So yeah, thanks Ayush for being so honest and candid. And
Yes, sir.
yes, then this will go online, and you will be there on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again. Thank you
Thank you,
again.
sir.
And in future, if you want anything, connect me on Twitter. We will chat in the open forum so that other people who are,
Many people all can
because
understand it.
yeah, there are at least 10-15 interns who are following me constantly. So at least I'm not here to kind of help everyone. I you have almost made it clear. So at least
Yes,
the
sir.
100 people that I think that I want to help, and at least 10-15 who are currently following me. If we can help those, that would be more than enough for
Yes,
us.
sir. So
Okay.
actually, it will help many people. So what you are trying, it will help many people.
Sure. Thanks. I hope that for the kind words. See you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, sir. Bye, sir.